Dope tech you can get on Amazon for under $50. Part 2.
So last week we had our first big heat wave here on the west coast of Canada for the summer, and it prompted me to pull out one of my favorite desk gadgets, which is this guy. It's this fan bar that you can get for like 35 bucks on Amazon. Not only does it look great and blow a ton of air, but it also doubles as a little desk light. I absolutely love the thing. Let me show you some more details about it. So I picked up this thing earlier last year, and the basic concept is pretty simple. It's this sleek fan that's meant to sit on your desk in a few different orientations. I have it here under my monitor because I think it looks best. And when you turn it on, the way the blades are set up, it just blows an absolute ton of air, more than enough to keep you cool at your desk. In fact, when you start turning the speed up with these capacitive buttons, it almost becomes too much. It's also very quiet. You'll see here, even at the max speed, you can barely hear the thing at all. For how cheap this thing is, the design is surprisingly nice. It's got this aluminum base here with this nice articulating hinge to point the fan. This cable pass-through underneath so you can run your mouse and keyboard cables, and these really nice capacitive buttons, which are an absolute joy to press. The last thing that I arguably like more than the fan itself is this really nice light that it has built in. Not only is this a great place for a light on your desk to fully light up your work surface, but the fact that it's totally built into the fan and out of sight and out of mind when you're not using it is just absolutely fantastic, and I find myself using it all the time, even though I didn't really consider it when I bought it. It also comes with this stand, so you can set it up vertically instead, kind of like a little tower fan. This is my first time having it set up like this, and honestly, I think I might even like it a little bit better than under the monitor. What do you guys think? So that's my sleek little desk fan that keeps me alive during the summer. Honestly, for $35, the thing's pretty great. Because I know you guys are gonna ask, I will link it in my bio to Amazon there. You'll be able to find it on my profile. If you guys like these little tech gadget videos, let me know. I know you guys like the last one a lot. I'll definitely make them because I got a lot of cool gadgets to show you guys. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I appreciate all of you. So recently I finished changing up my desk setup a little bit, and I want to add a few custom touches to it. So I built this green keyboard here, and I'm really liking the whole green accents thing I've got going on here, and I want to kind of add to that look with some custom LEDs. What I'm kind of thinking is adding a strip of LEDs behind the desk here to add a super subtle green glow behind the desk. Normally this would be super simple. I'd use an LED strip like these Miros ones here. They're smart home connected because we obviously need everything connected so we could automate it, and put it behind the desk and we'd be done. The only problem is I don't have one of those right now, and I'm impatient and I want it done right away. So what I do have is some scrap LED strip that I had from another project. The only problem is this is just the LED strip. I don't have any way to power it or to make it connected to my smart home. And this is a cheap Arduino board with a Wi-Fi chip on it. They're about $2. It's called a D1 Mini. They're not very powerful at all, but they're great for really simple projects that you need things connected to the internet. All right, so here's the rough plan. I'm gonna connect the RGB strip to the Arduino. That's gonna power the RGB strip. I'm then gonna figure out how to send commands from the Arduino to the RGB strip so I can tell it to change colors and all that sort of stuff. I'm then gonna connect the Arduino to the internet, which will then let me control it online. I'm then gonna use a Raspberry Pi running Homebridge so I could talk to this using my smart home seamlessly, and I'm basically gonna have a smart home connected RGB strip for really cheap. Sounds simple. So we're all wired up and everything looks good. We got it hooked up to power, but there's no lights on yet because we haven't programmed it, but there's no smoke. So that's good. Let's get this thing programmed and see if we get it to work. After some digging, I'm gonna use a piece of software called WLED. That's gonna power the LEDs and get them connected to the internet. We'll test that out, and once we have that sorted, we'll figure out how to get them connected to our smart home. So we just got it installed and the LEDs are lighting up, so that's a good sign. It's like we're up and running. We got it hooked up to just power here, and we control it from our browser here on the computer. We can do simple things like change the color or even add fun little effects. Now we're gonna figure out how we control this like we are in a browser through our smart home. After spending some time tinkering in Homebridge, I now have it set up so it's viewable as a HomeKit smart home device. You'll see here I have desk LED here in my Apple HomeKit, and I control it just like I would any other light. I could turn it on and off, and I even have full control over the colors and everything. Now we should be ready to get this mounted up and start automating it in our smart home. So we got it all rigged up. I got the brightness set super low. I've got the super soft green, and I'm super happy with it. And the best part is we can fully control it with our smart home. So I could say, hey Siri, turn off the desk LED. And of course, because it's hooked up to smart home, we could use it in automations. I'll be able to do things like have the color of this be synced up with the wall light, or have all these lights turn on and off when the PC turns on and off. I'll also be able to use it as a nice ambient light for some of my more subtle automations, like my movie or media one. Overall, I'm super hyped with how this turned out, and I think it's going to be a great subtle addition to my setup. And it only took about $10 to set up. If you guys want a more in-depth tutorial, let me know, because it ended up actually being pretty easy. Thanks for watching.